The harsh truth of reality. Yo, what's up? It's someone that's no one, and welcome back to today's report. Today's report was sent in by Eversonics, where he took Salvia Divinorum, and here's the full report details. Alright, so here we got a pretty insane Salvia trip. This is a full-on out-of-body existential experience, which is kind of a big theme of Salvia trips we come across. Various entities, themes of God, alternate dimensions, and more come up in this trip, and it really does speak for itself. It's a banger, and I'm sure you'll enjoy this, so without further ado, let's dive right into it. Hey someone, love the channel and experience reports. I've been meaning to submit one to you for a long time, but I haven't quite gotten to it yet, as I don't have any I've already typed out. So this is my personal account of a particular experience I found super impactful on how I view the world and consciousness in general. Since the age of 14, I had a strong drive to explore conscious states, whether it be drug or meditation induced. I've always had an interest in how far things could go, and most importantly, wanted to understand, learn, and unlock hidden knowledge stored away in the brain. I wanted to find myself, but struggled to do so and often turned to drugs looking for answers. I hated the social constructs of my generation and didn't get along with anyone my age. I never understood their culture and enjoyment, as it brought the opposite feelings for me. I've been researching Salvia Divinorum for months and found great interest in the experience, its intensity, and seemingly random playful nature. A roulette with the divine, if you will. I decided to order some 20x from a reputable vendor that sells salvia grown in Mexico. I figured I would order the real deal rather than a clone strain, like the Blosher strain or whatever replication there was, so I can get the 100% full experience. When my package arrived, I immediately opened it and examined its contents, making sure everything was there. It came in a small silver vacuum sealed bag inside of a shipping envelope, and when opened, there it was, a precious gram of Salvia Divinorum 20x. I put it back in the bag and took it up to my room for later when I chose to embark on my journey. I knew salvia was going to be intense, especially if I fully broke through. I understood that it could dissolve even the strongest of egos, making people bow down to it no matter what. Finally, night came, and I chose to smoke it for the first time. I didn't know exactly how much to smoke, but I knew I had to torch it and hold the hit as long as I could. I opened the bag and grabbed in between my thumb and index finger a small pinch of the extract, followed by another and another. I chose to smoke 3 small pinches, thinking this would be a good starter dose, not knowing I would fully break through after taking the last hit. Once all the pinches were loaded into my glass bong, I grabbed my lighter and hit the bowl once. The smoke tasted sacred, not harsh by any means. I took another hit, holding in the previous one, then a third, final large hit, clearing the bowl. I set the bong down on my nightstand and lay down in my bed, closing my eyes and exhaled, realizing I had completely zeroed 3 hits I had taken. And then, it hit me. My vision vibrated into multiple shaking rows. It was really choppy and annoying. My skin felt hot. I started sweating profusely. The blankets on my bed felt uncomfortable, touching my skin. I rolled onto my side into the fetal position, and then I was gone. Everything was black. I felt like I was sitting in the middle of the ocean, all alone, with no one there but me. I had no memory of my life before. It just simply was. I had no physical makeup, no body. Then an explosion of light came out of the darkness. I had created this light. I was responsible for it. I created life. There was no beginning, no end to the timeline. This light sparked a new beginning, and I was the puppeteer, the controller of the universe. I realized that all life was the result of one singular conscious, and this conscious was life. Everyone was the same, every being. This doesn't even begin to explain what I went through out in this sea of mind. I unlocked the secret of existence, but the only problem is, it can't be shared. It's not translatable to English and comprehensible by the average human mind. I felt a sense of gravity pull me to the left out of this existence, and I learned I no longer was God as a result. I wasn't the one in control anymore. I looked to the left, where this gravitational pull came from, and saw a feminine entity, grasping her forehead as if she was in pain. Without speaking, I knew she was sad because of what the universe had become. Greed, the destruction that sparked out of the initial beautiful light as we walked down the timeline of existence. She expressed great concern for the state of consciousness now present in the universe's current state. It was like she lost a child, her expression. It was because she had. This was her creation, and it all went to shit. She seemed to notice my empathy towards our situation, and informed me through a form of nonverbal communication that I should never lose hope in humanity. If I did so, everything would perish. Everything worked so hard for. All the potential beauty would be lost. She smiled at me, then vanished. I felt a new sense of purpose come on, and realized that I couldn't let her down. I couldn't ignore the signs presented upon my existence, or my time here would have been for nothing. I continued to walk down the timeline of existence, pondering what existence is, what God is, what was, what is, and so on. I felt no fear, just deep sadness after experiencing the harsh truth of the universe, seeing through every lie, finally finding the truth. I eventually walked to our current conscious on the timeline and allowed myself to drift down into it and travel back down to Earth. I zoomed in on the planet, and then my country, followed by my state, then my house, and finally my room, falling down into my body that was now in a completely different part of the room. I awoke from my travels and felt at peace with myself, as well as determined not to fail my given mission here on this planet. I wasn't shocked or anything with what just happened. I just looked around in a daze with all these new powerful realizations left to resonate in my head. Years later, I still felt the same drive to do good in the world and inspire anyone I can to live their fullest life and break the chains of societal constructs along with me. I still haven't forgot how everything we know came to be, and finally found a purpose in my life.